Hey, good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to another 1111. Glad you are here. Hello, hello. Good to see everyone. Welcome aboard, all. Glad to see you. Hope you are keeping well on this Thursday. We are we are coming in hot, as they say. Hey, good morning, Vicky. So glad you're on your route. Thank you for your service and all that you're bringing. Hope you're well. Good morning, Irene. Hello, hello. Good morning, Shelby. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a good day. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Linda. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is a hey, Kristen. Good morning. Hope you're well. You remind me. Yeah, it's Hard Rock. It's Hard Rock Cafe Day here. You know, the reason it's Hard Rock Cafe Day because this is the biggest mug I own. All right, it's Thursday. Like, so we just got back from just as they say, and we are coming in hot here because I was just coming back from bagging food for the United Way of Greater Fall River deliveries that are now well over 200, pushing 300. An incredible piece of work delivering a week's worth of food to each household on the list. And many of you here have been a part of that and are right now. Vicky's out there on the route right now, I continue to be humbled and impressed by your willingness to serve and your willingness to help us, all of us, our wider community, our neighbor, and ourselves through this time. There is still a whole lot of dangling participles out there, and a whole lot of unknown of what is to come, of what's happening, and what is to come through all of this. So, as we continue to love, and as we continue to serve, and as we continue to lean into this, so I got my Holy Donut shirt on this morning, and a vet church hat, and some love to Matt Williams this morning. He is still out there caring for veterans all around this country. So, good morning, everybody. It is 11:11 at this Thursday, the 6th day of August. The 6th day of August. We're almost a week into August now. This time thing. The more this year goes on, the more my relationship to time gets wonky. I don't know about you, but it's true for me. That I am losing track of not just days and things like earlier in kind of more lockdown mode, but even though we are in the rhythm of things, we are out of sync. And I know I talked about that a little bit yesterday, but I think it's so powerful to just keep recognizing, because it's the rhythm of our days that give us a stable platform to stand on. And so much of our experience right now is as if we were on one roller skate going backwards down the stairs. That we are in this off balance place, and when we're off balance, we don't do our best work. We don't do our best work, and so the encouragement of these days is to begin to have grace for ourselves, and not only grace, but this, I think, is a time when the disciplines of the church can offer us something. So I know we've talked about it before, and we've talked about it in different ways, but there's lots of different ways to talk about the different disciplines of the church. But I want to talk about prayer a little bit today. I want to talk about prayer in kind of how we're dealing and engaging our suffering and our ability to respond well to the world around us. I've found myself more and more just not having the ability to respond well, to respond the way I want to respond, to be able to, that that Paul thing of, I I see that which I want to do, and yet I don't do it. That betrayal of my heart, and I really do credit this to the uncertainty of this time. That even if your life, and I really want you to hear this, even if your life is fantastic and your life is steady and you're kind of got your disciplines down and you're doing all the things that you need to do, and that yet I'm fine. Even if you're in that I'm fine place, you are marinated in chaos, friend. You are marinated in it. Like the levels of things they're going. If it was only people trying to figure out how and what is going to happen to their kids going back to school, if it was just that would be it would be unsettling, even for people who don't have kids, even for people who are engaged in that. But there are all manner of things that are in this uncertainty and uncertain time, and so that even if you personally feel like you're like, okay, I'm doing this thing. I got it. I got my jive down. I'm doing it. You still are in this cauldron of sticky stuff that is working, and so my first initial hope for you today is to recognize this, to recognize there is suffering. There is real suffering. There's real human pain. There's pain in your heart. There's pain around that. And even if you're, like, as I say, even if you're doing great, even if you feel good, because a lot of times it's easy for us to dismiss all of this because we don't want to look at it. We talked a little bit yesterday about kind of what it is to be house blind. When you come into the house and there's that thing that needs to be fixed, but you just don't see it anymore because it's just the thing that's always there, and that's the way it is. And that we're really in this place of being able to see better and to see well. So I want to invite you to pray, to bring some of these things in prayer, to begin. And so this is one of my favorite books on prayer that I want to offer you. I'm not usually a book recommender, but I find this one. It comes out of the Swedenborgian tradition. So there's some quotes about Swedenborg in there, but it is an incredible book on prayer. It is the title says all that really what we need to know, that it's talking with God. That prayer is about talking with God, and it's talking with God in this unbridled way, in such a way that we can continue to open up the deeper levels of ourselves to God. Whether and you can do this in this internal way, but I actually find power in actually speaking out loud our prayers. That speaking out loud what it is, that talking with God about where our heart is, where our mind is, where our body is, what we're doing, how we're doing it, to the suffering that we see around us, and not getting hung up with, like, oh, I feel like I'm just asking for things, or maybe we're bringing our gratitude, like we're doing the Father we just prayer, like, Father, we just are so thankful down here. We just want you to know, Father, we just want you to know that we're so grateful, Father. We just so you can get into that Father we just mode too, and not that there is anything wrong with those prayers, but that the ultimate prayer is talking with God, is having that Christ comes into the world to be with us and for us and ahead of us. And so that with us part, Emmanuel, God with us, is this moment, are these moments where we get to simply open up the expansiveness of our heart in prayer. Today is Tennyson's, to the great poet laureate of England, Alfred Lord Tennyson. His 211th birthday is today, and he has the famous quote, "More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of." Think of all the things that we dream of. Think of all the dreams that have ever been out there, all of the things that we imagine. More things in this world are wrought from prayers than from dreams, says Tennyson. I love this notion. And those prayers are our conversation. They're this way in which we talk to God. So that that as that we might come and simply be a part of the great conversation of the cosmos when we talk with the Creator who loves us and knows us and holds us right here. We think that, oh, there isn't enough God to go around. But the thing about being omnipotent and omnipresent is that God can give the full attention of all of the creative power of the universe right to us, right to me, and right to you all at the same time. It is the power and wonder of what it is to come into relationship with God. And this relationship is born in prayer. So I want to invite you to pray more. I don't know how much you pray now. I don't know how, but to pray more than you are right now. To spend a little more time in this simple task of talking with God. That in the conversation with God. And that doesn't mean you're going to say all the things. You're going to get all the things. God is not Amazon. It's not the put the order in and it will come back to you. But it is about the deepening of this relationship and the soothing of our wounds and the soothing of our chaos in the world. We're in the middle of our Bonhoeffer study, and so I just need to talk about that for just a moment. Hey, good morning, Linda. Good morning, Denise. Hi, Robin. Hey, Rudy and Debbie. Great to see you here too. Welcome, everybody. You all snuck in through the back door here. Welcome. So glad you're here. That when Bonhoeffer's church gets basically Nazified, that the Nazis infiltrate the book of prayer and infiltrate the classic German confessing church, there's this new church that becomes the confessing church that breaks away, and Bonhoeffer is a part of this. And his response to this, is that he and the seminarians that he is charged with training, because he was a professor and he's charged with training these new cohort of seminarians that are going to go on to become pastors. And what does he do? He begins to steep them in the disciplines of the church. One of the biggest ones being prayer. And so I hope you will in these days lean on these disciplines. They're often the first things we throw out when we start to get in kind of going down the stairs backwards on our roller skate kind of moment. And yet they're actually the things, and it's almost insulting, isn't it? Rilke says this. He says that that the great truth of life is that when we are happy when we are nice to people, and we are unhappy when we are cruel to people. And and we reject this truth because it is so simple, it's insulting. And friends, it is so that a lot of life is very difficult. It is very hard, but it's not complicated. I want to invite you into conversation with your God today. I just want to pray more. Spend some time in conversation, just talking. Talk with all the authenticity that you can imagine, and then try and dig it a little deeper. Offer up the things that are really worrying you, not just please, Lord, make sure there's enough cabbage for the borscht, not that, but really that we might strip away a layer of our being to prepare ourselves for the chaos of these days that continues to roll on, but also to be nourished in it. There's the great painting of Washington at Valley Forge, and Washington is kneeling in the snow, and he's kneeling in the snow in prayer, praying for his army and praying for praying and this was not, and the only thing inaccurate about this, that Washington was a powerful prayer. But the only thing that was inaccurate with that is in Washington's day he would not have knelt in the snow. That their custom was actually to pray standing with their arms open. So if you've ever seen that, it has him in the blue and the red and kind of and praying in this desperate moment as his army is in winter quarters, starving and freezing, and he spends time in prayer. And can you imagine that praying too, of him standing with his arms open, ready as if to receive a hug from his Father in heaven? This is the invitation of our prayer life. This is the invitation of our days, that it might be the most intimate and most beautiful and most powerful thing that we do in our lives, is spend time with our Creator in conversation. That's my hope for you today. I say it to you because I say it to myself. We will not do well as the church. We will not do well as people of faith. We will not do well as individuals or community if we do not simply spend our time with our heart open and our arms raised and our conversations with the one who made us. Because we might see this as chaos, but with those whom are with the Lord, nothing is chaos. Nothing bad can happen to anybody who's with God. Surely. And that doesn't mean that things won't look like they're bad, or things might be painful. But in the long arc of creation, God is calling each one of us, no matter how right, no matter how wrong, no matter how broken, no matter how together, no matter how at wit's end, no matter how shaky, all of us home. And desires only to have the conversation with us. That if you feel like we are being outnumbered and surrounded by the chaos monsters of our day, friends, bring yourself to that place where you can talk with God. All right, that's my hope for you today. That's what I have. I hope you'll spend some time in this. We have worship coming up on Sunday. That is exciting. We will be here at 282 Rock Street at 9 a.m. We're worshiping a little earlier so that we can beat the heat. So if you'd like to come and worship with us in person, please do. If you are, or we will be here on Facebook Live as well, with the opportunity to spend time in prayer, to spend time in conversation, spend time in hearing the Word. I know it seems simple. I know it might even seem dumb. I know it might even seem insulting. But friends, it's actually the very place where that we are called to critically stand in these days, that we might know, as Tennyson says, more things that are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. More answered prayers than dreams. All right, friends, I will hopefully see you on Sunday for worship, or if not, we will be back at 11:11 on next Tuesday. Thank you all so much for being on this journey together with me and with each other. Continue to encourage each other. Continue to be grateful and to know gratitude and to talk with your God. All right, peace and grace, y'all.